The New York Times is doing a pretty good job of covering the fallout from the Epstein files. As we know, Prince Andrew, I'm so sorry. That's not his name anymore. Mr. Mountbatten Windsor was arrested, formerly known as Prince Andrew, on February 19th. It's his birthday, over suspicions of misconduct in public office after accusations that he shared confidential information with Mr. Epstein while serving as a British trade envoy, according to the BBC. The former prince was stripped of his royal titles and kicked out of his royal residence after disclosures in 2025 about the extent of his relationship to Mr. Epstein and his alleged sexual abuse of a young woman trafficked to him by Mr. Epstein. There's not just him. These are all the people thus far who have been in politics, academia, law. Thorbjørn Jagland, a former prime minister to Norway, was charged with gross corruption in connection with his ties to Mr. Epstein. The Norwegian police said on February 12th, investigators are looking into whether gifts, travel, and loans were received in connection with his position. The emails between the two men released by the Justice Department show Mr. Jagland and Mr. Epstein emailed frequently. In one instance, Mr. Jagland emailed Epstein and asking to stay in his Paris apartment. In another, Mr. Epstein sent Mr. Jagland, the then head of the Council of Europe. Mr. Epstein suggested that Sergei Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister, should reach out to him. Mona Juul, Norway's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, announced Ms. Juul's resignation on February 8th, days after she was suspended as Norway's ambassador to Jordan and Iraq after disclosures of financial dealings between her and her husband and Mr. Epstein. Jack Lang resigned from position in criminal investigation. He once served as France's culture minister, announced that on February 7th that he would resign as head of the Arab World Institute, a prestigious cultural institution in Paris, after French authorities said they were investigating reports that he and his family had financial links to Mr. Epstein. Peter Mandelson, oh yeah, he was the one in his undies and his tighty-whities. September 2025, he was fired from his job as British ambassador to the U.S. when the depth of his friendship with Epstein started to become clear. In February, Mr. Mandelson was forced to resign from the Labour Party and the House of Lords. The Metropolitan Police in London had begun a criminal investigation into Mr. Mandelson. Morgan McSweeney resigned from his position. Former Chief of Staff to Prime Minister Keir Starmer of Britain resigned under pressure February 8th after days of political upheaval over his role in the appointment of Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the United States. Mr. Mandelson was fired. Miroslav Lajcak, the national security advisor to Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico, stepped down after the release of emails in which he and Mr. Epstein appeared to banter about young women. Dr. Letty Moss Salinch, Columbia University, said it was stripping Dr. Moss Salinch of her title as vice dean of the dental college after documents disclosed she helped develop a personalized plan of study for Mr. Epstein's girlfriend. She remains a tenured faculty member at the college. This is the other asshole that got the girlfriend into dental school through bribes, collusion, and presents. Columbia University cut all ties with Dr. Magnani, formerly Mr. Epstein's dentist, after documents revealed he was the point person to secure Mr. Epstein's girlfriend admission to the College of Dental Medicine. The university said that Dr. Magnani had not taught at the college since 2017, but that it had removed him from the admissions review committee and his volunteer leadership roles. David A. Ross, longtime luminary at the contemporary art world, the former leader of some of the top museums in the U.S., resigned from his position as department chair at the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan after emails he sent to Mr. Epstein were made public, revealing a friendship that spanned decades. Larry Summers, oh, Larry. Oh, yeah, November 2025, former Harvard president, secretary of the Treasury of the Clinton administration, said he would step back from some of his public commitments after new emails showed he'd stayed in touch with Epstein for years after Epstein faced his trafficking charges, 2008-9. He is on leave from Harvard, which is investigating their relationship, and he's resigned from positions at 2 think tanks and from the board of OpenAI. The opinion section of the New York Times did not renew his contract as a contributing writer. Elisa New. In December of 2025, Arizona State University cut ties with Ms. New, and PBS dropped her show Poetry in America after it was revealed that Epstein was involved in developing and funding the program. Ms. New is a former Harvard poetry professor and wife of Mr. Summers. Joichi Ito. Mr. Ito resigned as director of MIT's Media Lab in 2019 after admitting to concealing his financial connections to Epstein. Mr. Ito also resigned from 3 boards, including that of the New York Times Company, and left a visiting professorship at Harvard. Oh, Thomas Pritzker, Mr. Pritzker, a billionaire heir to the Hyatt Hotels fortune, stepped down from his role February 16th as executive chairman of the Hyatt Hotels Corporation after recently released files reveal that Mr. Pritzker was in regular contact with Mr. Epstein in the years following Mr. Epstein's 2008 plea deal on his sex crimes charges. Casey Wasserman, Mr. Wasserman, chairman of the 2028 Olympics in Las Vegas. Mr. Wasserman, the chairman of the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, said on February 13th that he was starting the process of selling his talent agency. The announcement followed a wave of defections from dozens of musicians and performers from the agency after flirtatious emails he sent years ago to Ghislaine Maxwell, the longtime companion of Mr. Epstein, became public. Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, this is the guy, the head of the Dubai-based ports giant DP World, resigned February 13th after documents became public that showed apparent attempts by him and Mr. Epstein to arrange business opportunities for each other in addition to exchanges about women. Girls. Not women, girls. Get your language right. When the documents were first released on January 30, the Emirati's executive, his name was redacted, but he was identified on February 13 during a House hearing. He sent Epstein a torture video. Mr. Staley, James Staley, stepped down in 2021 as chief executive of Barclays after allegations involving his ties to Epstein. He maintained a relationship with him in the years after his 2008 plea deal and visited Epstein while he was allowed to work during his 13-month sentence. Leon Black. 2021, Mr. Black stepped down from all of his leadership roles at Apollo Global Management, private equity firm he co-founded because of his close business and social ties to Mr. Epstein. Mr. Black paid Mr. Epstein $170 million for tax and estate advisory work, which is totally fucking outrageous. Mr. Black also agreed to step down as chairman to the Museum of Modern Arts in New York. Thank you, Mr. Black, for your disservice. Catherine Rumler, the general counsel at Goldman Sachs and a former top Obama administration lawyer, announced February 12th that she would step down from Goldman Sachs in June after emails showed a friendship with Mr. Epstein spanning many years. She advised him on how to respond to tough questions about his sex crimes and discuss her dating life, while Mr. Epstein provided career advice on her move to Goldman and showered her with gifts. Brad Karp. Mr. Karp, the longtime chairman of Paul Weiss, one of the nation's top corporate law firms, well, it was before they jerked Trump off. He resigned as chairman on February 4th after emails showed that Mr. Karp's relationship with Mr. Epstein was deeper than previously known. He remains at the firm. 2019 email revealed that Karp had offered legal opinion to Mr. Epstein about a plea deal he made roughly a decade earlier involving soliciting a minor. Mr. Karp weighed in on legal matters even though Mr. Epstein was not a Paul Weiss client. Mr. Alexander Acosta, he resigned as labor secretary after an outcry of his plea deal. And Les Wexner was deposed. He had a deposition. No Republican showed up for this deposition. They're not even pretending that they give a fuck about with the survivors any longer. They just don't care anymore. They didn't even show the fuck up. And Wexner is acting like he was conned by Epstein somehow. Sure.